Hey guys, welcome back to Ashhart Books. So today is going to be my Booktube-a-thon 2017 wrap-up. So I think I did a pretty good job with Booktube-a-thon. I didn't end up doing any of the video challenges, but I have completed all of the book challenges and I'm really excited to talk about the books I read. So let's get started. So the first book challenge was to read a book with the person on the cover. So I did change up a few of the books from my TBR I posted, just kind of as a mood reader thing. The book I read for the person on the cover was Walk the Edge by Katie McGarry. I really enjoyed this book. It is the second in her Thunder Road series about kind of a biker gang. It is YA, kind of romance. I loved it. It was about a guy named Razor who is kind of the tough guy he comes across in the high school as like the scary one, and about a girl named Brianna who is scary smart, and it's like her version. She's so smart. She's kind of grown up being the outsider, kind of no one really understands her, and she's a huge family of like 9 kids, and her brain works so quickly that she can't turn it off. And it's kind of about the two of them coming together. There's a bit of like a mystery aspect involving Razor's mom. It's just so good. If you love a like bad boy from the wrong side of the tracks and maybe a good girl but with a really unique twist to it, definitely check this one out. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. The second challenge was to read a book that was hyped. So I did switch this one up as well because my library finally had it in. So I read Geekerella by Ashley Poston. I've been wanting to read this. Like I said, the library finally got it in. I really loved it. It was so cute. It was adorable. If you like Cinderella and all things geeky, definitely check this out. It's about a girl named Elle who's living with her stepmom and her stepsisters, working on a food truck, and she's obsessed with this show called Starfield, and it's kind of about her. She blogs, and they are making a movie, kind of a reboot of this show, and they hire a person named guy called Darian to play the lead role, and Elle's not happy about this. She thinks he's just kind of a poser and just like a soap opera star, and it tells the tale from both of their perspectives, so from Darian's and from Elle's. And I love that because I actually think I like Darian's perspective sometimes more than Elle's. It was just so adorable. The only complaint I have is I wish they'd been together in the book a little more often. I felt like they were apart for a lot of it, and I do wish they'd been together more, but I loved it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So the third challenge was to read a book in a day, and I did that with How to Date a Douchebag and The Failing Hours by Sarah Nay. I talked about the first one in the series in a previous video. I absolutely loved this series. This one is about Zeke, who is the quintessential jerk. He's a wrestler. He just comes across as ornery and grumpy and not very nice. And Violet, who's his tutor. And it's just about them coming together. And I love the thing I love the most about this was that Zeke did change in some ways, but he changed because he wanted to change by the end of it for Violet and the people he cared about. In the end of the day, you're not going to change unless you want to. It doesn't matter if, you know, your girlfriend or your friend wants you to. And I really appreciated that in this story because I'm all for redeeming heroes, but sometimes it is a little unrealistic. And I love that this one was a little more realistic. So definitely check this series out. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. The next challenge was to read a book about a person different from you, and I did change this one as well. And I read Royally Raised, which is a novella taking place after Royally Matched in this series. I loved it. It's about Henry and Sarah's children. I hope we get a story about their children because they just sounded hilarious and I really want to know more. I give this 4 out of 5 stars. It was cute. If you read this series, definitely check this out. I just wish there was more. That was my only complaint. More. So the next challenge was to read a book outside. I did it with The Fillin Boyfriend by Casey West. This one was really cute. It was fluffy. It was fun. It was about a girl who gets stood up on prom and she refuses to go inside without someone, so she basically just finds this guy sitting in his truck and is like, "You're gonna be my boyfriend," and it kind of goes from there. I'm not gonna lie, the first half of the book, the girl, the main character in this story, wasn't my favorite. Her name's Gia. I just felt like she was dealing with things all the wrong way, and maybe it's because she's a bit younger than me at this point, but I loved the guy. I'm not gonna tell you his name because that's kind of part of the story, but I loved him. He was funny, he was cute, and by the end I was really liking Gia. So I give this 3 out of 5 stars. It's a nice like fluffy summer. The next challenge was to read a book that you picked from the cover, and I picked When a Scot Ties the Knot by Tessa Dare. So this was really adorable. historical romance. It's about a girl who really is shy and she doesn't want to go to her season when she's 16 and kind of go out in society and find a husband. So she makes up a suitor. She tells her family that she's fallen in love with him and she writes him all of these letters and mails them over the years. Well, lo and behold, someone has been receiving those letters all these years and he comes to collect his wife. This is like a few years down the road. And it's just hilarity ensues. The relationship was like a very slow burn, but funny. I liked her. She wanted to be an illustrator for scientific encyclopedias, which is really interesting for that time period. I think I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Definitely check it out if you like Tessa. The last thing was just to read 7 books. And the last book I read was Latte Girl by Katria Rose. I believe that's how you say her name, Katria Rose. I was sent this one, or was able to get this one for review, and I really enjoyed it. It's such a fun contemporary romance. It's funny, it's heartfelt. I'm definitely gonna do a review on this one, so I'm not gonna talk too much about it now, but I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. She's a new author, so definitely check her out if you like contemporary romance. Okay guys, that is my wrap up for Booktube-a-thon 2017. Please subscribe or give me a thumbs up if you like to. My wrap up for the rest of July will be coming soon, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. See you later. Bye.